All right, welcome to Served, the Roland Garros preview special. We got our guy Jon Wertheim with us. So this will be a little bit different. Our normal Tuesday release, everyone's kind of expecting a Roland Garros preview, and I said very quickly in that one that anyone who does a preview and has an opinion about who's going to make semis or win before a draw comes out, especially on the men's side this year, is grandstanding or completely full of shit, because we don't know. And by the way, just for context, I have not seen the draw yet. It has been out for a couple of hours. I have been kind of dodging my own phone. Social Sophie and Sean were getting a little overzealous with a group text. I had to dodge that out of my eyesight so I wouldn't see it. I have not seen it. So you are going to view and listen my first look at the Roland Garros draw. I suspect I was playing my morning Dingles game, and at the end, the guys I'm playing with are like, I told them I do not say anything out loud. I can't know what the draws are. And I saw like a lot of them looking at their phones and going, like, okay, so I know something fucking happened. I know something happened. And also producer Mike, all I want to do, and I'm going to close my eyes as I show this to you. I have this. I don't know if you can see that. This is the men's draw that I have not looked. It's laying face down in front of me. And then I have the women's draw. All I want to do is turn this men's draw over and look at it, because like everyone on earth, I want to know where Rafa is in the draw. And Mike won't fucking let me look at the men's draw first. He says we have to do the women's first. For what reason?
Audience retention.
Audience retention. So the audience knows I don't know.
Bearing the lead, guys.
The drama of you revealing it is what everyone wants to see.
The angst of me not knowing is going to drive people away, I think. We'll do a vote, and I'll defer to whatever the vote is. We'll do
There's chapter markers in the episodes. They can just skip ahead if they want. Not you.
So John, Mike, and me are going to vote on this. Actually, fuck it. We'll do Sophie and Sean get a vote. We have 5 votes. Majority rules. I want to look at the men's draw right now. That's what I want, because I am a tennis fan. John, what's your vote?
I'm with you. I think we got to. We can't bury the lead, guys.
We only need one more. Sophie.
Save it from Social Sophie. All right, Sean.
Well, so we need a new social director.
Sean, remember who you work for.
Sean, but remember who he works for. Just so we're clear, like this can go one of two ways. I will hire you back, Sean. All right, Sean, go.
Speak up.
We're saving it.
Saving it.
Oh, you guys are all.
They're all about the drama.
You guys are fucking
Social
losers.
Sophie knows what's up.
Social Sophie needs to get on LinkedIn.
T2 is going to be very happy about this.
It's just, all right. So I'm flipping. Listen, I'm excited. The women, I think women's tennis has carried the last month of tennis earth. The Sabalenka, Swiatek. Now I say you can't look at the men's draw and decide a winner, but you have to look at it to decide a winner. And I don't know who I think is going to win the men's draw. We're going to find out in real time just based on the matchups that I fill out. The women's draw, I feel like I can work backwards from Swiatek, no matter, it could be the worst draw for her in the history of draws, and I still like her. But let's see if I'm right. So I'm flipping. Swiatek. Ooh, Swiatek Osaka second round potentially. Ooh, coming out hot. Oh, how good is that? All right. So I like Swiatek. I hope I like Osaka. That is popcorn. That is about as good as it gets for a second round matchup on that side of the draw. All right. So I'm going Bouzas Meunier. We don't know the qualifiers, the lucky losers yet, but I'm going to go qualifier there just based on momentum.
Wait, back up a sec. You think Osaka, you're penciling her through? You think that's a done deal?
No, I don't think it's a done deal. I'm willing it through.
Okay.
I'm willing it through. It has to happen.
I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. These are the 2 players in the women's draw with the most majors. These are 2 4-time major winners, and they're playing in round 2.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, it's absurd. I mean, this is like the uber. Like you can't pick a better name candy draw. It's like when Safin's ranking had dropped, but he was still Safin. He always played someone second round, and it was always exciting. So down, I'm going qualifier over Buzas Monero. First upset special, Buzkova over Kudermetova. Kudermetova has not won a lot of matches. Krejcikova has not won a lot of matches, but I'm putting her through. I'm going to go Potapova. Ooh, Danielle Collins.
Yeah. That's a rough neighborhood, huh?
That is a rough neighborhood. So that means, Collins loves this section. The most out of form player in the top 8 is Vondrousova. So Collins, apologies to Dolahide, but Collins is going through. Trevisan at Roland Garros plays well, former semifinalist. Vekic Serenko. Neither's been lighting the world on fire, right? I guess I'll go Vekic, Kostyuk. Okay, and then we go Siniakova, Schneider, Paquette. I'm going to go Schneider. What do you think so far?
Yeah, it's NC State. I think you're onto something.
She plays good.
How much of this are you doing from heart versus? Give us a little bit of context here. I mean, you see a UKR. Is that heart or head? What are we?
No, that you
seem
but
to
Kostyk's
value
been
recent form. What's the process?
I think recent form, moment, matchup. That those things will all factor in, so it's kind of a mixture, but I'm not going to pick with my heart if I really don't believe it. If it's a popcorn, then I'll probably go heart. Krunic qualifier, protected ranking. Someone coming off of a protected, I'll pretty much always go with the person who's won 3 matches. So a qualifier.
Yep.
Or lucky loser, Vondrousova. Gosh.
It's been a rough year.
I don't know enough about Masarova, but I'll give Vaughn the benefit of the doubt. I think I like her to the 3rd round. I have this Schneider. Okay, first upset special. I'm going Schneider to the 4th round.
You're a sucker for a bandana. Admit it.
I do like a bandana, but then this is all Collins all the time. Collins is going to make the quarters. And I would have said that even if she hadn't come on the podcast. All right, so Collins, I like in the 4th round. I'll do the top section again. Swiatek over Osaka. I like Buzkova over unknown qualifier. I like Krejcikova to get to the 4th round to play Swiatek up top. All right, does that all make sense, JW?
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with all of it, but I think that makes sense.
Tell me what I'm missing.
No, you're right. I think that's good. I mean, I'm not sure Osaka wins that first match. I think sort of the fundamental foundational question of this whole draw is Iga versus the field. We can get to that later, but yeah, I think
I take Iga versus. Maybe not the field, but I take her in any given matchup head to head. She might lose along the way. But so far, I have Iga Krejcikova 4th round, Collins Schneider 1st round. I have her getting through to the round of 16, which I'm guessing you won't find a lot of agreement on that. But here we are. It doesn't matter because, I think Iga's rolling. It's going to be an Iga Collins quarterfinal, which is the worst possible quarterfinal that Iga could have had in the draw, I think.
Except Ostapenko, but whom she's never beaten. Look at this. The first 8 lines of this event are the last 4 champions. We don't often have that, do we?
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even know that. Look at this. This is. Look at this value add. This guy. This fucking Wertheim guy.
Keep going with the picks.
All right, we got it. Coco unknown qualifier. I like Coco. Protected ranking versus qualifier. Again, I'm going to put credit to 3 matches won this week. Used to the surroundings, someone coming off. A lot of people will use their protecteds to come back, obviously because they want to play in the most prestigious events, and the most prestigious events happen to pay the most money. So if you're going to burn a protected ranking,
get $80,000 for it.
Even if you're not prepared, it's worth more than winning a small tour event a lot of the time. So those protecteds are a little bit of a bluff sometimes, not saying they always are, but that's kind of where my head's at. We'll go Wang, Yastremska, Tomljanovic. Tomljanovic has not been playing, so I'm going to go Yastremska. All right, I like Coco and Yastremska through to the 3rd round. Samsonova, Lynette. Ooh, that's close to an upset special. Samsonova hasn't been streaky. I'll I'll go with Samsonova just because it's on her racket, but I don't feel great about it. I'll go Anisimova, Samsonova, third round. Isn't it amazing how I'm not sure if she's going to get through the first round, and now I have her in the third round?
It's a bonus.
Haddad Maya. Help me with qualifier versus Buxa. I'm going to go with whatever Jon Wertheim says here.
Yeah, go with the Spaniard on clay. Nice, not a particularly dangerous player, but go with the player's top 100.
Spaniard that only has one last name is not as good as Spaniard who had three last names. Sanchez Vicario.
Point taken.
Haddad.
Brazilian, multiple name Brazilian semifinalist last year.
Yeah, she's going through.
You like her? Yeah,
I do, and that's gonna be a tough one for Coco. I'm telling you, but I'm not gonna pick against her. But we'll get there when we can. Coco, Haddad. Okay, Ostapenko. Next section. What are we looking at? Ostapenko, Caroline Garcia, Leylah Fernandez, Ons Jabeur. This is opportunity knocking for someone.
That looks like former champion too. This looks like Ostapenko country to me.
Yeah. Towson, Maria. Let's go.
On sub 500 for the year. And
Kennan's going Caro versus qualifier. There's a weird thing about playing in your home big event on your worst surface is like this weird pressure set. I really, really, really want to know who Garcia is playing first round. We will not know that until qualifying is done. I will put her in now, which is weird because I think she beats Kenin if she wins her first round, but I don't know if I want to see who that qualifier is that plays Garcia first round. If she gets past that, I like her third round. I like Ostapenko fourth round. Leylah Fernandez, I'll go her first round. She would have been in the upset special situation. Ji Wang, I'm going with Wang in the third round. Kalinina. Is this it?
That's a good first round match right there.
That is. I'm going to go Kalinina. I'm going to go Ons. Kalinina and Ons.
Yep.
What's your call there?
I'm not sure. It's been a rough outing for Ons so far in 2024. Maybe she gets to the third round. Yeah, on respect for someone who's made 3 major finals in the last 2 years. Put her in the third round, but I don't put her much beyond that.
I'm putting her in the fourth round.
Okay.
I'm going to put her in the fourth round. All right. So
to beat Ostapenko?
I'm putting her in the fourth round to play Ostapenko.
Okay. Gotcha.
And weirdly, if she gets that far, a lot can change over a week. If she gets that's one of the things also that we're looking for in this draw is someone playing their way. Like you play these Masters 1000s, Ons is playing someone who's, most likely top 40 in the world, right? Straight away. Whereas I love Sasha Vickery, well-deserved wild card there, but she's going to be able to hit balls. She's not going to be under, pressure from weight of shot from the word go. That is a big thing with majors. It sounds counterintuitive, but it is easier to play your way in if you're searching for form at a major than it is, especially on the women's side, because it's not an extended format, right? It's the same. It's the same format. John,
that's a great point. No, that's a great Steph. That's a great point because you're not necessarily getting a top 50 opponent, and you get a day off.
All right, so I'm on the first line of the bottom half. Otherwise, what do you call it, Mike? The fifth section.
Section 5.
Even though we literally call it. Even though you literally call it the okay. Zhang Cornet, that's Cornet's last tournament. She can get a little fiery. She can get the crowd into it. If Zhang had not played well in Rome, which I think she played very well, lost to Coco, if she was still kind of searching for 4, because I think post-Australia she was 4-4 until Rome. Had she not played well in Rome, I would have said this is going to be a weird one. Like Cornet she hasn't shied away from like big moments. She's beaten Serena in majors. She likes these weird things. I'm going to go Zhang for the send-off. She's going to end Cornet. That's a tough one though. I'm going to go Korpatch.
69 straight majors. Can we pause?
Good call.
Pause to appreciate that.
Yep. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday, John. # Boys to Men. Ooh. All right. Avenessen. I'm grinding on this Blinkova Kristeva match.
Oh, remember Blinkova in Australia?
I know.
Kristeva, the 28th seed.
She played. Yeah, she's the 28th seed. She played well last week. She got blown out by someone, but she won like 2 or 3 matches. I'm going upset special. I'm going Blinkova. Blinkova to the third round. Blinkova, Zhang. I'm going Zhang 4th round. Kalinskaya Burrell. Ooh, Kalinskaya's played well, just not recently. Andreescu. Okay, so Andreescu, she's not beating Sorribes Tormo.
Look at this. Yeah, look at that match though.
I'm shocked she's playing already. This is her first match. I mean, this is Sorribes Tormo is beating Andreescu. I think I'm gonna go Burrell in upset special. I'm going Sorribes 3rd round, and then we're going Dodan. I mean, this is like a heart. I'm gonna go American Day. I don't know that I believe that, but Paolini, protected ranking. Paolini. So this is a good example of what I'm saying about playing your way into a tournament. So we have this Paolini Sorribes Tormo match. Whereas if they played first round, I'm taking Sorribes Tormo because Paolini actually hasn't played that great on clay going in. A lot of her momentum kind of stopped when the hard court stopped, outside of doubles, which she's played well. But the match will be on her racket. She can create speed. I'm going to go Sorribes anyways.
Really? All right.
Yeah, I am.
Good upset pick. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if it. Well, you got me thinking about that. I'm going to put a question mark. Ooh,
look at that one.
This is
2 former top 5 players. Look at this.
Svitolina Pliskova. Svitolina. Right. There's a recency form bias. Like, unfortunately, what you do in 2019 doesn't really matter when it's 2024. Pliskova's had a rough go this year. I'm going Perry. Do you know anything about Jacquemont, the wild card? I don't know.
This is not her first wild card. Bogdan's sort of a nice, serviceable player who I don't think has ever made it past the 3rd round of a major. Man, what about the wild card? Right? I feel like we're shortchanging the French fans here. Don't you? A toss-up match. Don't you give it to the local?
That has no bearing on my picks. The French fans and what they think of us, John. Well, one, no one's listening too. What they think of me just doesn't do anything to me. Okay, I'm gonna go Pav, even though she hasn't played well. I'm going Pav to the 3rd round, former finalist. Svitolina is going to the 4th round. Okay, Elise Mertens, just pro. Take her. Mladenovic is no, that's Martic. She hasn't played in a minute. That's okay. Ruse Kerber.
Yep.
Kerber, Rybakina. That's going to be a tough one. The Kerber Rybakina match. Kerber played well in Rome, and it's going to be like this weird nervy thing, and we forget that Rybakina hasn't played for 3 weeks because she didn't play Rome. Right. I'm obviously not going to pick against her. Rybakina's got a tough little draw though. I'm just telling you, like Kerber's 2nd round. I guess Mertens is like there's enough trickiness to give her a little bit of a problem. I'm going to go. So I have Rybakina. Svitolina 4th round. Sakari, Sheva, Para. I'm going to go Sakari. I'm going to go American just because I'm going to put Sakari in against either one. Sakari in the 3rd round. Begu versus qualifier. That's like impossible. Begu I know has at least been playing the last couple weeks. I'm going qualifier, early qualifier call. Neskova can crank. Really? She's the one who beat
who beat Iga at the last major.
Yeah, Aussie Open, and who played her tough again. She's played her 3 times this year already.
Seeded this time.
Yep.
Good.
Azarenka, Andreeva 2nd round.
Yeah, Mira Andreeva. She's 38 in the world. That's Andreeva is. Do you? Are there 36 better players right now than Mira Andreeva? That ranking seems
no, because the entire landscape of women's tennis shifts after Wimbledon. A lot of players who played well there last year have not played well, so they're the way that the ranking system works. For anyone who needs to know this, it's a 52-week ranking. So right now it's 52 weeks from last year just before the French Open to this year just before the French Open, and that's what dictates your ranking. I think, if someone was to put a heat map out and you put a lot of value, like a separate metric going in, if people wanted to predict matches, would be like a heat map of the last 3 months and momentum, and you could almost like weight it based on form. But that's going to shift. A lot of these rankings are almost bluff rankings based on this year, and they've kind of stockpiled points from last year. I'm going. It's Azarenka. I'm going Azarenka. I'm going Peyton Stearns.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going Peyton Stearns, not to the third round, second round.
Gotcha.
Kasatkina. I don't. Kasatkina is so tough. God, dude, Azarenka's got a rough draw. By the way.
Yep.
She had a rough one.
Can we stop on Kasatkina for a second?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You just
CBS
you did
CBS Sunday Morning. Check it out. Kasatkina is the most courageous player in tennis, I would submit, and we should all be rooting for her. And she's a top 10 seed, so both a contender and someone who's really heroic in the way she's living her life these days.
Yeah,
that's a plug.
Yeah, and please, you should be plugging that. It's easy to say and do the right thing when it's convenient for you. I think courage is living, doing, saying things that make your life more difficult because you believe in the premise of it. And I think Kasatkina walks the walk as well as talking the talk. And so, bravo! I can't wait to watch that, John. When can we see it again? Please plug it again.
It should be Sunday morning on CBS Sunday Morning. And this was one of those. Sometimes you do pieces because you sort of have to, and somebody's winning, and sometimes you do them because you want to. And this is a story tennis fans in particular ought to know.
I appreciate it. After that build up, I was torn on the Kasatkina-Azarenka match. I'm going Kasatkina. Sakkari. I'm going we won't get to break down the fourth round, but I'm going to do, I think, Kasatkina to the quarters. Sakkari, Kasatkina in the fourth round. All right, Madison Keys. I like Madison Keys a lot right now. I think outside of maybe the big four plus Collins, I think those are like a group. Iga's her own group, but I think Keys is that first one outside of those five coming into the tournament. Now, I haven't seen her draw yet. Sharif played well last week. I'll go Keys, Sharif. I'm going to go Keys. Schmidt-Lowe, we don't know who the Q qualifiers are, so we'll just do... I'm going Navarro, even though she hasn't played well on clay. I'm going her to the third round. I don't know who the qualifiers are. These two qualifiers in this section, in Navarro's section, they should be excited. I think there's a lack of form with the rest of that part of the draw. So curious to see who those qualifiers are. I love Emma Navarro, and Lindsay Davenport would be pissed at me if I don't put her in the third round. So there's that. So she's automatically walking. But now Lindsay can't actually get mad at me.
She's rhyming and stealing into the third round.
Yeah, she's going to wrap her way to the third round.
22nd seed. Damn. All right.
She's great. I mean, she's been winning. Clay also put like a speed bump a little bit into her year. But now, I would love to call Lindsay right now and be like, put her on the spot. Madison Keys and Emma Navarro.
Ooh.
Who do you like, Lindsay? Keys is going through to the fourth round. Katie Boulter, Paula Badosa.
Ooh.
Upset special.
Yep.
Off of Rome.
Screams
Badosa
it.
won 3 matches in a row. She played well, took Coco to a third set. Ooh.
You got to say what the matches are when you do these sound effects.
Sorry. I know. So I put Badosa through, upset special over Katie Boulter. Putin-Seva, Sloane Stevens. Putin-Seva was one of my sleepers to where it's like if the draw opens, I think she could be just yell at people all the way to the quarters. She, in a room full of people that have meltdowns, she might not lose to anyone. Right. In the Meltdown Olympics, she's a finalist against Putin's. I hate this because I love Sloane so much. Putin over Badosa.
Wow. Wait. Sloane comes to play on the clay.
I know. The other wrong thing is that I'm short forming people's names that are long for like Azarenka. I'm just putting AZ. And for Putin I didn't even realize it, so I have Putin in the third round. So I should probably just write her full name to avoid any controversy.
That could be dangerous. Yeah.
Putin is in the third round.
We'll clarify it on the graphic. Don't worry.
Thanks. All right, so like Sabalenka, I don't even need to look at the draw. Let's just put her in the third round. Let's put her in the fourth round. This Sabalenka Keys match. It's going to be a nice one. Okay, so we're through. I am through to the round of 16. I have Iga, Krejcikova, Collins, my upset round of 16er, Schneider.
Oh.
I know. That's why you do it one by one, because all of a sudden you realize what you've done. Coco, Haddad. Now, I have a question for you. What do you got? So, is it more fun to continue out from these matches and like get all the way through? Yes, it's more fun.
Yeah.
You don't want like a redraft to see where we're at in like a week?
Keep going. No redraft. Keep going.
Okay. Well, fuck me then. Okay. Zhang, Sorribes, and then Svitolina, Rybakina. Okay. Iga, one quarterfinalist. Collins, quarterfinal.
Okay.
Coco, Panko, Ons. God, this is gonna be a tough one for Coco. I'm not gonna pick against her. Coco, Penko, Ostapenko, quarter.
Ooh.
Zhang. No, sorry.
Yeah.
Zhang, Sorribes, Tormo. Did I forget one? What am I missing? Oh, Rybakina. Sorry. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have
Right.
Coco, Ostapenko, quarter. Zhang, Rybakina. Is that right?
Rybakina's bottom half.
So Rybakina, Zhang, sorry. Rybakina, Zhang, quarter. Coco, Penko, quarter. Iga, Collins. Which section am I missing?
The bottom. And then Sabalenka against two.
That's right. This is out of order. For some reason, I have...
Right. Iga, Collins, Coco, Penko.
Got it. Okay.
Rybakina.
Clear. We'll edit as needed. I have Iga, Collins in a quarter. Coco, Penko in a quarter. Iga, Coco, semi. Iga, final. Zhang, Rybakina, right?
Yep.
I have Rybakina.
And then who plays Sabalenka?
Kazatkina. Oh, you're taking... So who plays Sabalenka? So we're not going to discuss Sabalenka Keys?
Ooh, that's a...
It's worth a discussion.
Yeah,
even
it's
if
a good court, yeah.
We're probably going to end up on the same side of it. And had Keys not been in the section of Sabalenka and Iga, I think it would have been tough not to put her in the semis. Maybe Collins in that conversation. Kazatkina, Sabalenka.
I think Sabalenka hits through her, no?
Sabalenka's in the semis. Rybakina's in the semis. I'm going chalk. I'm going top 4 seeds.
I was gonna say you're really going out. It's like a separate piece. You're really going out on a limb here with 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
You'll save your crazy picks for the men's. We got
no. There were some.
1, 2, 3. You got 1, 2, 3,
4
4 in the semis.
That's fine. Well,
okay.
Tell me what you would change. Or do we just want credit points if something crazy happens?
Iga never beating Ostapenko was a wrinkle, but I don't. There's a first time for everything. Yeah, I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's cool.
So you think Ostapenko takes out Coco then?
I'm not sure Coco's there on the semifinal day.
Okay, so you would put Ostapenko in against Iga, and then Iga. You can put Ostapenko in the final, no problem. Go ahead, say it.
I think Iga beats Penko for the first time, but I worry about Coco a little bit.
Okay, so we differ. The only we differ on. John has Ostapenko in the semis. I have Iga in the semis. We agree that it doesn't matter. Iga's in the final.
Correct.
Zhang, Rybakina. Rybakina, Sabalenka. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Rybakina, Sabalenka. See, my mind's going to like right now. My mind's going to okay. So if you don't get the semis right, who is more likely to make the final if you get one of the picks wrong? And I remember that Keys. That's where I'm going. So right. if I lose Sabalenka to Keys in that matchup, I still like Rybakina to go. Rybakina, Iga Swiatek final.
Ooh.
There's your fucking upset. There's your upset. Go ahead. Just say Sabalenka and then make fun of me for picking the top 4 seeds. Do it.
You want to crazy? Remember when Sabalenka was? Remember Sabalenka used to be this crazy up and down player. You never knew what you got.
Yeah, I know.
It has been 3 years since she did not get to the fourth round of. She did not get to the final 4 of a major, semis, finals, or winning. Every major she's entered over the last 3 years.
Cool stat, bro. Who are you taking?
I like Sabalenka. I think this is a great rivalry. Iga's been dominating. There have been close matches. There have been blowouts. I think it's hard to imagine a world in which Iga does not win her 4th title in 5 years, but I think we get 1 versus 2. The women's tennis sector is full of chalk these days. That's great. It's about time we had reliable champions, and I think it would only be fitting if we get 1 versus 2. Winner of the defending champion against winner of the previous major, and this rivalry can add another chapter. How's that?
So there was a lot of words. He took Sabalenka. I took Rybakina.
Yep. Exactly.
Rybakina career head-to-head record against Iga is 4-2. Rybakina has won the last 2 meetings against Iga on clay. If you go Stuttgart this year, and if you go Rome last year.
Stuttgart's that funky clay. We can't count that.
Yeah, it is indoors. But I mean, we're not going to take the victory away from her, so we have to count it.
That's true. Honestly, the thing about Rybakina is such a smooth player. I said she's like the J. Cole of the big 3. She's like the, she's sort of the, you like that one.
Who's Kendrick and who's Drake?
Yeah, so Iga wins and euphoria for everyone. That's great. Drop and give me 50. We got it.
Rybakina's got the health issues, though. I mean, last year, middle of the tournament, she withdrew with sickness, and
same with Palm Springs, and then same with Roland Garros, same with Rome this year. She pulls out with sickness a lot. I don't feel good about it, but I just think it's more intriguing than I just don't want to pick chalk all the way, John.
Exactly,
is where we're at. I want someone once judged me for that. Yeah, 5 minutes ago.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the semis, but goddamn it, we're not going to go 1, 2 in the finals. All right.
I mean, you can because you're a little lame, but I'll go crazy and put Rybakina in the final. Either way,
we'll save our crazy for the men's draw.
We both like Iga.
So clean pick Iga by both you guys.
Iga by both of us.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be a tough call for me. Iga versus the field, I think, is about the bet. I think that's about the bet. And I don't think she's a favorite there. I think that's the conversation.
Yeah.
Frankly. I would have taken Iga without seeing a draw. Because I sure as hell don't want to bet against her at this tournament. Hey everyone, check out the new and improved Tennis Channel Plus. It is the place to watch the French Open. Live stream every court from Roland Garros on any screen. Subscribe to Tennis Channel Plus now using promo code SERVE20 to get 20% off your annual subscription. All right. I have the men's draw. Can I flip it? This is what I'm looking at. I haven't looked at it yet. See? Men. Where did he go? You all know where Rafa is, and I don't know where Rafa is. Put it in my veins. Let's go. All right. Novak, Herbert. All right, I'll do it. Upset. Not doing it. That's definitely not true.
Yes,
that was a thank you for your career wild card, which happens, and it's their right to do.
Yeah, I mean there's a personal story there. People ought to read about. Herbert is one of these people we ought to be rooting for reasons having nothing to do with tennis, but he's not beating Novak.
Agreed. Baena, this is a nice start for Novak. I know he's in Geneva getting some matches this week. As we're doing this, he is currently in his second round match, so we don't have a lot of data, but he won a match, is at least going to play a couple matches. Yep. He's going to beat Herbert. Bayen is a great matchup for him, I think. I like Bayen over Lestienne in an extended format. It's a great second round for Novak. He's going to be able to hit a lot of balls, dictate play. Nothing super weird. Ooh, Monfils, Sebach.
It's going to be a Vooch one.
Who are you taking in this one, JW? Monfils, Sebach, Vooch.
This is hard overhead. Monfils, French crowd, Olympics looming. I think you gotta go style over substance here.
Disagree. I am going to get roasted for this pick.
Man.
People are going to be pissed. I'm taking Sebach, Vooch. Did it?
That's
over
Voochly
Monfils.
Unkind of you. All right.
I know it's in but Sebach, Vooch gets a little heated. The French crowd, like, God, this is like this. As if you're listening and you're now just realizing we don't know fucking anything. We're just Sebach, Vooch. All right, fuck it. I'm going all the way. Sebach, Vooch beats Monfils. Sebach, Vooch beats Musetti second round.
Oh, come on. All right.
All right. Who do you have?
All right, keep coming.
Do you like Monfils, Musetti second round?
I like
do it.
Musetti. I like Musetti. Musetti took 2 sets off of Novak at this event 3 years ago.
He's been shockingly absent this
he's
clay
been
court
bad.
season.
Yeah, he's had a rough go of it so far.
For someone who like played well in the indoors last year, I'm like, okay, this is like a complete player now. He has fairly been put in the clay court specialist camp his entire career, where he is like, 40 in the world everywhere else, and then like top 10 when we get to the clay court season. He has been absent. Right. I take current form.
As big picture though, I mean, there's a defending champion. He has, as we speak right now, he has not won a single tournament this year. He's won 24 majors for his career. Boy, Novak's got to be pretty pleased with this draw, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think this is good. There's not like he's not. I mean, Herbert, it serves big, but he has to like come in on clay. He'd rather be on like a fast court. He'll miss shots. He's going to play like kind of quick, try to come in off second serves and do kind of the confuse and conquer method. But there's going to be peaks and valleys, and Novak's just going to kind of cruise right through those. Sebach, like not a huge server. Novak's going to be in every single return game. Novak's in the fourth round. Cerundolo, this is going to be a weird one. O'Connell qualifier. O'Connell's been absent. Like, I just want to see that. I'm going to put Cerundolo to the third round, regardless of who the qualifier in O'Connell is. Fognini, Van de Gen, Schlopp. This is like hard over head. I'm going Van Deezy.
Really? This guy's barely in the top 100 these days. All right, keep going.
Well, where's Fognini's
Yeah, exactly.
ranking?
Then I was going to say, all right, so let's that's two. One of these guys is going to get 80 grand, and one of them will get 150, and
and neither one's going to be in the third round.
Exactly.
Tommy Paul, can you Google real quick, producer Mike? Tommy Paul's record against Cerundolo is surprisingly bad, if I remember correctly. This is a weird one. This is like a weird kind of matchup where I think he has a losing record against Cerundolo. We'll get to that in a second. However it shakes out, Novak's going through this quarter.
Can I tell you something about Tommy Paul, though? It looked like the early year T-Paul train is back on track after it was interrupted by the ankle. But now it's looking good, TP. Roll.
I love Tommy Paul. I think his transition game is the best in the world outside of Alcaraz. You have that matchup, the head-to-head?
Yeah, Tommy's 2-3 against Cerundolo.
He has a losing record against
0-1 on clay.
0-1 on clay. Did he just lose to him recently on clay? Was it like Madrid, maybe? I think it was Madrid.
Correct.
Cerundolo beat Paul in Madrid. Okay, so here's like another hard overhead. Like I knew the matchup. I know it's a tough one for Cerundolo for whatever reason. I think I watched him beat him in Toronto one of these years, and he beat him in Madrid. But to John's point, TP. I mean, he's made 2 out of the last 5 semis in a Master 1000. He's been in the last 4 of a Grand Slam. I'll take Paul there. But that's a tougher one. Like, people will look at that matchup and think it's Tommy Paul. That one's one to watch. I like Novak over Tommy Paul right now, but that's going to get his attention. I like this draw for Novak overall, though.
I was quoting Matthew McConaughey for the record, but carry on.
For which one now? What did I miss?
Matthew McConaughey had a very encouraging tweet about Tommy Paul, which was a little bit of out of nowhere. But
yes,
I think you're right. Novak beats Paul to make it into the quarters. I think that's about right.
Hold on real quick. My wife's calling. Must be an emergency. Hello?
Is that an emergency? Are you working?
Yeah.
Okay, go. Bye.
All right, bye. She wants tacos. All right.
That's an upset pick right there.
Lajovic, she says she likes Cerundolo over Paul. That's why she was calling. All right. Fritz, third round.
But they could grill the fish and not fry it. That'd be great too. What do we got?
Poprin Kokkinakis is Poprin. Manarino. Manarino's sneaky, like not another one of those French players who is their home slam, but this is their worst surface by a long shot. I'll go Poprin, Fritz. Fritz is in the 4th round. Even though, gosh, he took a tough loss out of nowhere first round of Geneva.
Yeah, exactly.
That's shocking.
You know who he lost to? He lost to
Mickelson.
To Alex Mickelson. Yeah.
Gosh, it's crazy. At least you play one match, you still get your appearance fee. And he gets his rest.
One way to put it.
He gets to Paris.
It might be a disguised blessing. He gets a week off.
Crazy that worked out well. That worked out well. Echeverry in the 3rd round.
He was a week 2 player last year. Hasn't done a whole lot since, but big boy hits a big ball. Keep an eye on
I'm going to take Fokina over qualifier, even though Fokina has been another guy that's been absent. This Mensik guy, I can't pick against Casper. I'm just going to say this guy is quickly becoming a pain in the ass for a lot of people. I'm not going to choose. I can't. But it's not a 95-5 matchup. It's closer than that. It's not like a shoe-in. Ruud's got a tough draw. Casper Ruud has a tough draw. Mensik's going to be hard. If Fokina finds anything, we know he's capable on clay. I think he's going to get through his first round. Winning one match makes all the difference. Echeverry can play. He can play.
Yep.
He has a tough draw. Ruud Fritz.
There we go.
I found it. Holy shit. Oh, fuck me. First round. Holy shit. Oh.
Welcome to everybody in the world.
There you go.
Oh, no. Guys, did you hear we landed on the moon?
Yeah. That's what we were waiting for.
Oh, just so the audience knows, he figured out where
everyone is
Rafa
being so weird. This is why Sophie all of a sudden became a tennis fan this morning. This is...
Can you believe that?
Oh, fucking Zverev and Nadal. Oh, my God. Sophie, you're clipping a social one. Your social clip is going to be very easy. Oh, this is the entire reason we decided to do live looking. This is the oh my God. Oh, I hate what I'm about to say. This has so many layers. Obviously, like maybe favorite, but a handful of favorites coming in. Last time they played at this tournament, Zverev breaks his ankle and is out for a year plus. Oh, and Rafa. Our dear Rafa, our friend, his last Roland Garros, Rafa. I can't. You know what? I'm not going to say it. Mike, can you say it for me? I can't. I'm not going to say it out loud.
What's
my pick for this one? I can't say it. Just say it.
Zverev. I'm
not saying it.
You just picked against a. Wait, should we spend 30 seconds with a pro forma discussion about whether a 14-time champion should be unseated? You want to?
Oh yeah, they have to be unseated.
Catnip?
No, you can't. There's no. You.
There's no legacy seating.
You are. We are. They thought they were. You are. I don't know.
Denny Green.
Yeah. You can't be seated. the beauty of tennis is that everything is earned, nothing is given outside of dumb wild cards. And we actually had this discussion on air on TC Live in the last 2 weeks. And we got to this whole discussion where we're calling balls and strikes of why we think this and why we think that. He hasn't been one of the top 32 players in the world in the last however long. So you can't put him there. Like, that's the reason why tennis is differentiated. Like, you can't just put someone in the Masters when they're 70 years old, even though they have no chance.
We are giving
do you think
reciprocal wild cards to players we've never heard of. We're giving regular wild cards to players who happen to have the good fortune of being born in the country holding the event. If we were strict meritocracy, it would be one thing, but we have these nibbles around the edges in other ways. Shouldn't we?
Yeah, but you're taking one dumb rule and trying to put another one on top of it.
No, I'm just if the rationale here is like tennis is such a meritocracy, fine, but sometimes it's not, and I 14 to the body of work there. I mean, who does this match who does this benefit? I mean, it's rough for Zverev, and I do feel like we should have a bit of a pause to reference the fact that midway through the tournament there will be a penalty order hearing stemming from an ugly allegation. Yeah. He has to play Rafa off the bat. Rafa plays a guy who not only is a top 5 seed but just won Rome.
I can't believe. I can't. I think Zverev wins just because there's just a lot that's more predictable. Rafa's had a hard time holding serve. Like, he's gotten through matches in Madrid. He's getting broken a lot, and Zverev can break. And he can, I mean, let's rewind 2 years ago. He was pushing Rafa to the limit when Rafa was Rafa and won. Zverev's arguably playing better right now off of Rome. Now we never know how, but I will say this: if we're going to spin it positively for Rafa, I think his best chance of making a deep run is getting through a match like this first. Because I don't think
the draw sure opens. Yeah.
Well, it opens, but there's also like this weird pressure set where you're going in and you have to play great. Like, Rafa's, what he has to do well is going to be very clear. He's not going to have to do that like, okay, maybe I struggle with form. Like, he has to play aggressively. He can't just loop balls in the middle of the court. If there's a chance for him to play great this tournament, I think the best chance of that is by playing. So I cannot believe he's playing Zverev first round.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Can I go tinfoil hat on you?
Yes.
Same court, same opponent in which Zverev had this gruesome injury that nearly ended his career. Zverev has shown himself to be very good at compartmentalizing in other ways, but I do wonder what the part of the, I don't care. I don't think Zverev cares that it's going to be 95.5 fan support, but I do wonder what it's like if Joe Theismann had to go back and play Lawrence Taylor. I wonder if there isn't a bit of a psychological factor, not having to play the great Rafa Nadal, 14-time champion, but having to play the guy who was on the other side of the net when you had this horrific injury. I wonder, on the very same court, I wonder if that might be at least a tiny dimension to this. What do you think?
Tiny. We're reaching. You're based. I feel like you're on the verge of qualifying a pick for Rafa in this match.
I think This is hard overhead in a big way. I do feel like tennis gives us these moments every now and then.
He's going to call it. Do it.
The crowd is going to get into this. Maybe there'll be a rain delay. They'll have to come back.
You're predicting rain?
I don't think.
You're predicting rain? What are you, fucking Nostradamus? Like, what do you be predicting rain?
Tennis has a way of giving us.
Yeah, there'll be a slight shower moving in the afternoon, about 2:30. Bring your umbrellas, everyone.
If it rains during this match, I'm done.
How many times have we seen a great champion? Andre, Serena. Serena beat the number 2 seed at the U.S. Open when she retired. Rafa's going to win. I'll say it.
Guys, I'll say this. I hope you are right. I would love to eat shit on this pick. I would love it. I would love to be wrong, maybe more than I've ever loved to be wrong on a match, because it opens up. Like, if Rafa wins that match,
yeah, look at the draw.
Rafa is going to the quarterfinals if he wins this match. I'm just telling you that now.
The tennis gods will not let Rafa. This is all based.
And I'm looking at I just took a glance at the bottom for the first time. Rafa's going to the semifinals if he wins this match. And I think
tennis gods are not going to let Rafa lose 6-2, 6-2, 6-2. In his last match at the event, he won 14 times.
So basically, Jon Wertheim, amongst his reasons for Rafa winning this match are injury, scar tissue, weather, and religion.
Tennis gods work in strange ways. You can read all the data you want. We could all look at our stat sheets. We can all look at momentum. Rafa's winning this match.
Okay. I like Greek Spore in the third round against Hachinov. Always fun. Hachinov Runa, third round. God, everything's a letdown. I can't.
Yeah. How do you even?
I'm gonna need to take a nap.
God bless Jan Lennart Struff, but after you've done Rafa Zverev, I'm not sure we need an Olipop break.
Do you guys know what I like after learning that Zverev plays Nadal first round of Roland Garros?
Might it be an Olipop?
Yeah, it is an Olipop, and it was the right decision. Who do you like, Hachinov, Runa, if you agree with me that those are going to be in the third round? John?
I think Runa's had a bit of a rough patch. I don't know. I mean, the great cut and paste for this whole draw is, are they healthy? But I think in a vacuum, I think Runa's.
I like Hachinov.
All right.
I like Hachinov getting through.
Let's see who's healthy.
Runa has, for all of his talent, has had an okay clay court season. Has fought his body in extended formats and hot weather. He is prone to cramping at this point in his career. Maybe someone figures it out. Hachinov is not allergic to this longer format. He is definitely not. I like Hachinov to play. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I have Zverev in the quarters. Ooh. God, I hope I'm wrong.
Can you believe that though? Of all the, you're unseeded, so we see this all the time. Anything could happen, but we see a lot of lucky losers / qualifiers. We see a lot of players that maybe we haven't seen play much. Rafa Nadal for the first time is unseeded, and who does he get? The guy who just won the big tune-up as his top 4 seed. Yeah. Tennis, man.
Also, Zverev had to win that final to become a top. There's so many layers to this. There's so many, the what if game will never end.
Well, and again, I don't want to dwell on this, but midway through the tournament, there is a court hearing for a penalty order involving a domestic violence allegation.
Let's and anyone
another variable.
John, thanks for listening to Tuesday's show where we talked about that for about 15 minutes. If you want to hear more about that, we went through the full balls and strikes, but his trial does start the first Friday of Roland Garros. He does not have to be there in person. There'll be random smattering of 7 or 8 days. It will go through post Wimbledon. This is not the first allegation for Alex Zverev. It has been upcoming. It was upcoming when he played his final last week in Rome. There is a lot to compartmentalize. He seems to do a good job doing it. I will withhold the full brunt of my opinion until that legal process plays out, but I am certainly watching that scenario. Demon over Mickelson, Batista, Agu, Munar. We'll go RBA, Demon third round. There's just Strufa.
Yeah.
Struffy, Bublik.
A little danger, right? But Struff can play on clay, veteran.
Weirdly, Struff, for someone whose skill set is largely coming forward and serving big, it translates to clay the best for some reason. I like Struff into the third round. I like him over Bublik. Carreño Busta. Oof. This
Navone is like Emma Navarro. He's just been racking up points at smaller events out of the public eye. And suddenly Mariano Navone of Argentina, who I don't believe was top 100 to start the year, is seeded.
Yeah, I'm going Navone third round. That's a tough one. Borges, Machash, that's not an easy first round with unseeded players. That is legit. Kecmanovic. Medvedev, Kopfer first round. Kopfer can actually open up his shoulders a little bit. I'm going Med. I just can't choose against him. Oh my gosh! What? Okay, Med to the fourth round, even though he could lose any of those matches. Demon Med.
Demon Med, yeah.
Do you like Demon over Struff?
I think I do.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's popcorn.
I like Demon's wheels. I mean, I feel like the cheat code of clay court tennis is movement, which is why I probably like Demon to beat Medvedev too. But this is a weird. I mean, again, all the thunder here has been completely stolen by the first match in this quarter. But boy, this is an interesting little pocket, isn't it?
Very. I don't know how I feel about Struff and Demon. I'd want the time to look up their head-to-head. I don't know what it is, and I don't remember them. If it's there, I don't know. Medvedev could literally lose any match along the way. Yep. Do you know who he lost to first round last year, John?
Was it 2 years ago, right? He lost to your favorite Brazilian, right?
No, that was last year, and they made the quarters 2 years ago. He was coming off of Rome. He was coming off of Rome, and he lost Sebastian.
Yeah, like the first day of the tournament.
Demon Med.
Demon's 3-2 against
Struff. Struff could win that, and I weirdly like the matchup for Medvedev against Struff better than I do against Demon. He likes a target. He can keep the ball down. It's tough to get in when the ball's down. This Demon. I'm going to come back. Demon Medvedev. I got to go Med. Like, I don't like this part. I have no confidence in this part of the draw. Anything I just said, if you deleted the last 3 minutes of my predictions from this section, you'd probably be better off. Hey, did you guys hear that Zverev? Did you guys hear that Zverev was playing Rafa first round?
No way.
Yeah.
You have any thoughts on that? Any layers? Any dimensions to that?
I can't believe you didn't know that. Losers. Rubles, Charlo Daniel, that's a great first round for him. No disrespect. He's going to get a lot of balls to hit. Martinez Durante, do you have a strong opinion there? I don't.
Pedro Martinez playing well. Pedro Martinez, keep an eye on him. I think Pedro Martinez got to the final of that event where he lost to Fils in Bordeaux, but he's playing and winning. So I'll take Martinez.
That's good enough for me. Vote for Pedro.
Nice.
Mueller played great in Rome. I'm going to go hot hand there over Nardi of Indian Wells. I beat Novak fame. Arnaldi Phil.
That's a good one. That's good.
That's a good one. I'm going Arnaldi.
Ooh.
Big expectation.
I'll take the other side of that bet. Arthur's coming alive.
Yeah, I preseason I had him like jumping up the rankings, and
that Lacoste deal spoiled him. But no, he just won that event in Bordeaux, playing home major. I think you got to go with the French.
And nobody over Rubles. Rubles to the fourth round. Rublev. Yep. Humbert Sonego.
Oh.
Don't like it. I hate all my picks.
This is the highest French player, and you have him going out in round one. Carry on.
He played well in Monte-Carlo, but he hasn't played. I don't think he's won a match since then. Okay, Vukic, Sonego, Danielson, third round. Jerry Altmaier. I don't really have much of a. I guess Altmaier, but I don't have like a big. Dude, does it seem like Fucsovics plays someone like massive first round of every Grand Slam?
Every tournament, yeah, and he always takes one set. He always loses in four. He'll take one set.
He'll win the first set.
Yeah, he'll change his shirt. He'll get applause from the crowd, and then
I would applaud. He's a beautiful looking man. He is. Sophie, you got to check this guy out.
Yeah.
Plug in Fucsovics.
The opponent ain't breaking mirrors either.
Plug in Fucsovics shirtless. You're welcome. We'll go. I'm going Tsitsipas. I'm going Tsitsipas to the quarters. I'm taking him over Rublev.
Single. You know what they say? Single and ready to reach the quarters of a major.
Yeah, something like that. I guess, is that what they say?
Put that on a t-shirt.
Is that what they say?
You know what I hear? I hear the potential upset train whistle. What do you got next?
Are you talking about Shelton?
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna go upset there.
It's been a rough go on the clay for Shelton. Annoying, pesky French opponent. Little guy will make him hit a lot of balls.
You're going guest. I'm not doing that.
Okay. Look who made an appearance.
Kei Nishikori. We have no idea. He was in Miami That old protected ranking, even the guy who makes $40 million a year comes for that 80 grand payday, doesn't he? Doesn't he?
Yeah, you might
Even
get a lucky loser or a qualifier, and you could double it.
Yeah. Look at that. Shelton, I don't know who the qualifier is. There's every chance I take the qualifier over Nishikori. So if I almost prime Nishikori would have liked the Shelton matchup. He's one of the few that could have returned it and then beaten him up a little bit. I have Shelton in the third round. I don't like any of this. Oh. That's a opportunity knocking. Literally, that's the section right there. You can almost put through 6 different guys into the fourth round from that section. That's Shelton FAA. Yep. So I'm gonna FAA Nishioka. That's gonna be a little. That could be a weird one. Like Nishioka tends to just. All right, I have FAA Shelton in the third round. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that for a second.
Are you old enough to remember the time FAA, coached by Tony Nadal,
up 2 sets against Rafa?
Took multiple sets off Rafa at the front. Actually, nice little mini resurgence by FAA on the clay, but 21st seed is not where he wants to be.
Well, 21st seed, and that's with a nice assist of 3 defaults in Madrid to get to the finals. Right. And then weirdly, it was indoors. It had been cold the whole week, and he cramped in the final against Rublev, who had been sick the whole week.
Who was against Rublev, who was like eating baby food. Yeah, eating Gerber mashed potatoes. All right.
Alcaraz is in the quarters. This is like a beautiful little section here for Alcaraz, and I'll tell you why. Qualifier, so it's going to be a big stage. You don't know if anyone's ever played on a big court. You don't know if the qualifier has a track record of playing 3 out of 5 sets. Qualifiers come in. They do not play 3 out of 5 in qualies. They come in, all of a sudden, 5 sets. Alcaraz for 5 sets. The longer it goes, the less kind of outlier contributing factors play a part. It's like if you do anything at scale versus a screenshot, the bigger runway, the results are normally truer. Korda, Alcaraz, Rusevori has the kind of game that could.
Where's he been? He's a good player. He's not even in the top 50.
He plays really aggressive, hit or miss. Like he like weirdly gets into service games where he's down love 30, but he's flashy. He's powerful. Alcaraz, people are going to look at Alcaraz Draper and say, man, that's a really fun, is that an upset special? Draper has not proven that he can play extended format. Yep. He fights his body.
On clay, no less. Yep.
He still fights his body. Deep into a third set, you're going to see him. He has not figured out. And to be fair, I had neither. At 18 years old, I cramped my ass off in my first Roland Garros. And I had cramping issues for the next 2 years before I kind of figured out some combination of diet, fitness, breathing, the way you breathe when you hit the ball. If you're taking 3 hours of half breaths versus 3 hours of like full timed, decent breathing.
Right.
Go.
No, I mean the irony here is the player we're thinking he's going to face in the second round, Alcaraz, looked like he could have won this event last year, and what happened? Young body
Alcaraz,
cramped.
Well, so here's the thing: there's 2 types of crampers, right? And maybe they overlap. There's a nervous cramper, which I tended to be. I could practice 18,000 hours in the Texas heat, and my body wouldn't cramp until I was dehydrated like 2 hours later. And then I'd be on the couch and get like a hamstring cramp or something, but like was never an issue. I was a nervous cramper, right? Alcaraz, every single time he has cramped has been extreme heat conditions. His cramping is brought on by extreme conditions, specifically heat, right? Miami did it one year. Like Jim Courier, have to give him credit. He kind of went back. It was like a year ago, or maybe it was after that the French Open deal last year. He went back and like went through all the times that Alcaraz had cramped. He did not cramp at the U.S. Open when he won. He was playing at night every single night. There was no direct sunlight. He was playing 5-setters, getting through it. So yes, but only if it was like an outlier day at Roland Garros where it was like 92 degrees, which is it's a day that you see once every 5 years there.
And And Novak on the other side of the net and pressure and opportunity, but
combination nerves and and I will say I was watching that one. I'll tell you all the times I get it wrong. I'm sure I'll be wrong. I'll have to pay the bill for this show. I saw that happening in real time. Like Alcaraz, I tweeted 5 minutes before he went down. I go, you see his hand, and the bottom of his hand started like just twisting. Like his pinky was all of a sudden touching his palm. And I'm like, that's it. It's over. And you're like, what do you mean it's over? You just won the second set. I'm like, I'm just telling you, he's taking pot shots. And once your hand starts going like that, and you have 3 sets to play, nope.
Yep.
Over. KO. Alcaraz going through. I think it's a nice section for Alcaraz. Korda Alcaraz could be really fun to watch. Every time I watch Sebi, I'm like, this guy's a top 10 player. And then you scroll through and check the results, and he's just not yet. But I love his upside. I love the way he plays. He can move on clay. His breakout was qualifying, winning a couple rounds, losing to Rafa. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. I like Alcaraz in that section. All right, last section. Hubie.
What do you think?
Hubie's going through to the 4th round. Just quick look.
Ooh, look at that 24th seed in his pocket.
I know. That's going to be interesting. But also like extended format. Okay. Hubie's going through, underrated on clay. Just because it's not his best surface doesn't mean he's capable on the surface. People often confuse that. Well, he's a fast court player. He's great on hard courts. He's great indoor. Well, yeah, but okay. So let's say he's top 10 on those surfaces. I think he's top 20 on clay still. I like Hubie in the 4th round. You see some flashy names, Shapovalov, Francis.
Oof,
if there's a rough qualifier coming in, he's not playing great. He needs to turn it around. If there's like a solid qualifier and you're looking for an upset special, I'm going to put him through, but I want to know who that qualifier is.
Yeah.
And it's more just because I cheer for Francis and I like Francis. That's heart over mind. But if that qualifier is a rough one and you get it and it's like a sneaky, like if Schwartzman had qualified or like if Team had found some form and wasn't intimidated by the situation or the crowd or whatever else. And I promise you, if it's a French player that qualifies, they're going to put him on the slowest, grossest court in the entire site. That's spoken from experience. Tabillo, Martyrer, Thompson. I don't know that matters.
Star that Tabillo, no?
Yeah, he's in the 3rd. I have him in the 3rd round.
But he beat Novak, but even not. I mean, this is a top 25 seed all of a sudden.
Well, he beat Novak.
Canadian-born Chilean. Yeah, and beat Novak. So I'm
Hachinov. I think it was Hurkacz. Like he beat Novak in Rome, but then I predicted I'm like the hangover, and I called myself a dummy after the fact. Like he played great, and he was drilling Zverev in the first set. That was one of those ones where Zverev flipped it in a breaker, kind of got a little, you've been losing 90% of the match, gets to 4-all in a breaker, and you flip it, and then all of a sudden you're off the court in 30 minutes. That's like the tennis scoring is phenomenal. You could lose the quarter in basketball by 27 points, and it actually affects the rest of the game.
Right.
Tennis, It's like we play 4 quarters and we get a point per quarter. Whether you win it by 1 point or whether you win it by 25 points. So Tabillo is playing great. Tabillo, Dimitrov. Are you ready to take Tabillo over Dimitrov in a major?
I am. Yep.
You are. Do you have Tabillo in the quarters?
I do. I have. I think it's a big event for Chile. This is big. All
right. That means Jari's coming up. Here. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm
really agonized over
Tabillo. I know, but I want to be right. But I also want to bet against you. I'm going Hubie.
Okay.
I don't like it.
All right.
Hubie, quarters. I don't like it. Jari, Mute, it's going to be dramatic.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
Because someone's going to do something. Someone's going to do something and he will bitch about it. And I expect a tweet for saying that he's going to bitch about something because he's very hawkish about things said about him. So look forward to seeing you on Twitter. Mute, you're going to lose to Jari. Karatsev, Shevchenko, Karatsev. I'm going to save that one. Because I know where you're going. Baez, get off near me. Baez. So you like Jari. You like Jari, what, 4th round quarters?
Keep going.
Okay. I'm going to save that one, that Jari Karatsev match. I'm saving that. Nori Kodov. I'll get his name wrong. He's played well. He played center in Madrid, played pretty well in Rome, lost to Shelton. They were kind of getting chippy. He looks like a third base coach. I don't know that he can play 5 sets.
Coaching's legal now. He can get signals.
He gets signals.
All right, keep going down the draw. What do we see here?
All right. What do you like here? Oh, shit. Wawrinka Murray. Oh, shit. Fucking hell. Oh, God. Can you imagine Zverev, Nadal, and like the two like champion floaters who I don't think are going to be a factor in this event? What has Wawrinka been doing? Like, he's been playing. He never stops playing, but he hasn't been playing well.
80 grand. I like the guy that won 3 majors and we admire, but never quite made much headway against the big 3.
Stan. He made a lot of headway in finals against them. Grand Slam finals. I like Nori to the 3rd round.
I like Jarry to get to the semis. I don't trust Sinner in this. I mean, we talked about this before. Hip is tough business, and this is a guy who's had some durability issues anyway. It's clay. I think Jarry's got.
Has he had durability issues really? Like before the last couple of weeks? Like at scale.
I think at majors, I remember being courtside for a match where he just didn't have it physically against, I think it was Zverev at the French. He's
probably like 19.
I mean, I'm totally team Sinner. I mean, I think this guy's in a lot of ways the future of the sport, but a hip injury, his constitution, clay, I don't like this, and I hope I'm wrong, and I hope he's fully healthy. This is based solely on health and nothing else, but I think Nicholas Jarry is going to be around for many, many rounds.
I weirdly, I just circled that Karatsev one. I'm not going to choose against him, but if any of you are looking for a punt, Karatsev's like a 10-1 dog against Jarry, which he very well could be. Not saying, I'm just saying. I like Sinner.
All right. So who's your who's your Sweet 16 now?
I have Novak, Tommy Paul. Novak is going to play Fritz and Ruud. Here's why I'm going to take Fritz in the quarters. It's not necessarily that I like him against Ruud in that matchup. It's that Ruud has a tougher road to actually get to that matchup. Right? So it's basically who do you think's getting to the quarters versus who do you think would win a hypothetical matchup in the round of 16? I think it's more likely that Fritz is in the quarters based on Ruud's draw. If they both get to the 4th round, I probably would take Ruud, but overall, I'm going to take Novak Fritz.
Okay.
In the quarters. What about you? You're going Ruud?
I got to go Ruud, who not only played Novak in the final last year, but beat him earlier this season on this surface.
First time he had ever won a set and also won the match. You have Rafa Khachanov. You have Rafa Khachanov. Are you going Rafa to the Rafa to the quarters?
Leaving open the possibility he loses 2-2-2 in 90 minutes and thanks the crowd. And
that's not what you said. Stick to it.
But the tennis gods work in strange ways.
You have Rafa in the quarters.
I have Rafa in the quarters.
Who do you have? Demon Medvedev. You said Demon.
I think Demon. I think movement. Oh my God, movement is the cheat card of clay.
He's going to have Rafa in the semis against Novak. This is fucking amazing. Okay. This is fucking amazing. He's literally willing this as a fan of the sport. Novak Rafa in the semis of Roland Garros. Do you have a Tsitsipas or Rublev?
That's a good one. I kind of, we all know Rublev, no semis. I like Rublev though.
You like Rublev?
Yeah.
Ooh. So you have
very up and down year.
Fritz, Rafa, Demon. You took Rublev. I took Tsitsipas. So you have Rublev, JW. I have Tsitsipas. And then the cross of that is Alcaraz. You have Alcaraz? You wanted to talk about his arm.
No, I do.
You ready to pick against him?
We ought to acknowledge it. I think Alcaraz is,
Yeah, I mean, we did the most of our show on Tuesday when we just released it was basically, and we'll reiterate the point here, is like, look at the betting favorites. Let's go through the top 5. Alcaraz, and I'm not sure how these have shifted in the last 3 or 4 days, so I'll get it slightly wrong, but he was, just above a 2-1 favorite, which I think is high. I think it's giving him too much credit coming in. Has played 1 tournament on clay this year. Pulled out of everything with a forearm injury.
Yep.
We thought he was back in Madrid, and then he pulled out of Rome. There are a lot of question marks. He will win this tournament multiple times. I don't know if it starts this year. He's the betting favorite. Number 2 favorite, Novak Djokovic, had to enter Geneva to get some match play because he was so out of sorts. Kind of makes that decision. Number 3 favorite has a hip issue, which he saw something on an MRI 3 weeks ago that he didn't like. John is very concerned. He thinks you have him not making out of the round of 16. The 4th betting favorite, Zverev, has a domestic assault trial starting this Friday in Germany. He does not have to be present for it. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't pick him to go very far in the tournament. And the 5th favorite is like outside of the top 300 in the world. That's where we're at.
And 2 of those 5 play each other in round 1.
2 of those 5 play each other in round 1. You have Tabilo.
Yep. Tabilo or not Tabilo?
That's nice. See what you did there. I have Hurkacz. I have Hurkacz? I have Hurkacz. Okay.
All right.
Oh God. No one's gonna run to the betting shop with me, I don't think here. Novak Fritz. JW.
I mean, it's crazy. As we record this, Novak has not won a tournament. He's had a concussion and he's lost to 3 guys who haven't been in the top 50. And yet, I think Novak.
Clayler.
You like Fritz?
Really? I mean, he's feeling confident about clay right now. He's feeling good.
Feels good about section 1. Novak. I have Novak Zverev. JW has Novak and fucking Rafa Nadal. Do you know how wrong I want to be? I want to be so wrong. I don't even want to be right a little bit. I want to be a moron is what I want to be. I cannot believe that fucking Rafa is playing Zverev first round.
Don't fuck with the tennis gods.
Oh God, that's right. Sorry, religion has a big part in this tournament. Yeah, like the old Michael Chang. God was on my side today. You think he cares about tennis?
Yeah, right.
All right, we won't go down that rabbit hole. But,
right.
Oh, really? They need like, but we're all the. Okay. We should probably move on. Tsitsipas Alcaraz. Or you have Rublev. Alcaraz.
Rublev.
You have Rublev in the semis. You think he's breaking it?
No.
You like Alcaraz in the semis?
I like Alcaraz, yeah.
This is a hard one for me. This is a really hard one for me.
Really?
Yeah. All right. The matchup has been so good for Alcaraz.
Yeah, I was going to say, Alcaraz picking on that backhand and...
I know. I'll get there.
All right.
He doesn't mind the extended format there. He's playing it. Alcaraz, Tabilo, and Jari is for you. Like you have, who are you? Which you have Jari in the semis?
Chile. Some Chile on Chile action. I have Jari in the semis.
They're both from Chile.
Jari's in the semis.
Alcaraz. So you have Alcaraz, Jari in the semis.
Yep.
And I have Alcaraz and Sinner.
Oh.
So I have top 4 seeds on the men's side too.
They've gone out on a limb today.
Listen, is the goal to get out on a limb, or is the goal to tell you who I think has the best chance of being in the last 4?
All right, so let's keep going.
I'll take Zverev in the final.
Wow.
All right. Is Rafa going to win the tournament, John?
I think Rafa's run comes. I mean, again,
right.
Let's just acknowledge I'm fully open to the possibility he loses 2-2 in his first day of the tournament. But I think Rafa's tennis gods. I think Novak beats Rafa.
So you keep referencing it like it's a good friend. Tennis god is there like a?
He's throwing an S on there. There's multiple.
There's a lot of them.
Producer Mike, in his last major, do you remember who beat Pete Sampras? Nobody did.
Nobody did.
Pete Sampras
Trick
went
question.
out on
his
top
last loss was
with this amazing
his last
match.
loss.
Andre Agassi.
You'll know this answer. Who is Pete Sampras' last loss in a major?
Was it George Bastel?
It was George Bastel.
Wait, here's a great trivia question. And who coached George Bastel at that match? Do you know that?
He's Swiss, so I'm guessing it's Severin Lufty.
Craig Tiley.
Oh fuck! I mean, that's next level. That's
all right. Anyway,
that was on court 2. They didn't put Pete. They put Pete on at court 2, and he was pissed.
So point being, you watch enough tennis, and the fates author some pretty crazy scripts. I kind of feel like Novak beats Rafa in the semis.
So John has a Rafa Jari final.
No, Novak.
Is that right?
Novak Jari. No.
You have Jari in the final?
Wait. No. Alcaraz beats Jari. Alcaraz beats Novak to win the title, avenging last year's cramp defeat.
Okay, I like it. I think I like yours better than mine.
I like that narrative.
I like Zverev. I mean, but if Novak makes the semis, if he gets that far, then he's found it, and he's back to being Novak.
Yeah, he will have won 12. Exactly, he will have won. He will have won. 15
if he gets
sets
there
by then.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going Novak.
What do you got?
Sinner beats Alcaraz. Sinner wins the French Open.
Oh, man. This is going to be like one of those Gaston Gaudio years. And Adrian Manarino is going to beat like Emil Rusevori. And we're just going to like completely burn
in
this
the final.
episode.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
It's good
burn
fun.
this episode.
That's why
Take it down. Take it down. I hate every pick that I made. Almost every pick that I made. I hate that I had to make the... Zverev and Rafa.
I mean, the best part is that we're going to put it up on the internet so it'll live forever. The link will be in the bio.
Just need Andy's sound effects.
Listen, I can't believe. Has there ever been more of a letdown when we've gotten to actually choosing the winner of the event?
Yeah, I know. So much agony.
Like a preview
we're crowning
show.
champions here, and you'd think we were just doing oral surgery.
I took Sinner after I saw him play 2 matches in Monte-Carlo on clay, and how fluent his movement looked, how different he looked. He's been off for one event. He said, I'm just going to take him at his word that he's only playing if he's ready to play. The matchup is tougher. I hate this.
Well, to wrap it up, why don't we let's reset the finals for both men's and women and who our winners are. Keep it simple for everyone.
All right. I have Swiatek over Rybakina in the final. John has Swiatek over Sabalenka, which I probably like better than my pick. And John has Rafa over Jari in the final.
Wait. All right.
You have Alcaraz over Novak in the final, and I have Sinner over Novak in the final.
All right.
I like both of your picks
We both
better.
have Novak winning an awful lot of matches for a guy who's had a pretty brutal 2024, but that's what a body of work does to you.
I want everything in me wants to say Zverev beats Novak, but then it's like, okay, at that point, I think Zverev's more likely to get to the final, but you go section by section, and if Novak is in the semis, then he's found it.
Right.
Like he's a different human than on day one of the tournament. I think from now on, I don't want to do this. This is exhausting.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is brutal.
I was going to say, let's just. But your reaction to seeing Zverev and Rafa pitted against each other in round 1 makes this whole exercise worthwhile. I just want to say that.
I've never been more. I'm sweating my ass off right now. Which, for those of you who ever watched a match, isn't surprising.
Have an Ollie pop, and let's.
Yeah, we have an Ollie pop. I'm gonna have an Ollie pop. We do have our first Swing Vision submission. One of you Chucker listeners sent in a swing that I'm gonna break down after the break. I hope you've enjoyed this format. Kind of chaotic, live look in. If you like it, we'll kind of make this a thing where I will not look at draws until we're actually on air. I hate it, but I hopefully you all will like it, and I will value that more than the stress of it for me. JW, what else should we be looking at Roland Garros?
Well, beyond Rafa, bear in mind this will be the venue for Paris 2024 for the Olympics. Bear in mind if Iga wins her 4th Roland Garros, she will have a way higher winning percentage on clay at the French Open than even Rafa. But no, I mean, I think honestly, the sort of the subtext of this whole show, these are great fun. We've got an awful lot of computations and combinations, permutations, upsets. This is good fun, and we'll see what the draw gods yield.
I can't wait to get back on here and change my picks based on the eye test and 14 days later and have everyone be super pissed at me. Thanks for watching Serve. Right back with Swing Vision. Welcome back to Served. This is going to be a cool segment. Has the potential to be fun. Maybe piss some people off. Shocking, I know. But all in good fun, hopefully in the right vein. But we're doing this with Swing Vision, a partner that you've heard us talk about many, many times. So my friend Swapnil basically had this idea where it's like they get videos submitted, they go through them, and they send us a video or two every week. And basically I critique the point, the swing, your Dingles game. Who knows what we're going to get. But we do have our first submission for judgment. Sean, hit the clip. All right, this is Drew Manning. Okay, so Drew can obviously play. Like, he can move a little bit. Okay, unnecessary Rafa swing over the head. Makes his way forward. Moving a little. Okay, so that one he could have put away. Oh. Tweener.
Whoa.
Okay, so what we need to tell you about this video is that even though Drew, oh, look at that, hops. You could have gotten at least a credit card under there. The hero of this is not actually Drew, who's the closest to us, who submitted the video, but he learned tennis from his father, who is the other player on the court. And on top of that, just being a great story, his father unfortunately lost an eye to eye cancer, but still plays this game we love with one eye. I love that they play this game together. The hero of this video, for many reasons, past just eye cancer and basically the attitude of keep going and playing the game and doing everything, is his dad is putting the ball in the perfect spots because he is making Drew look like a hero. It's like a true lesson of a father. It's like, I'll put it right there so you can hit a between the leg shot. Then I'm going to bring you back in. You hit it to me. I'm going to put it, I mean, that is on a dime in motion for the jumping overhead. Like, this was choreographed. I couldn't put the ball where his father is putting the ball if I had one eye.
This guy he's the John Stockton of dads.
He is the John Stockton of dads and doing it all admirably with one eye. I love that they're doing this together. Props Drew, props Drew's dad, as we see the tweener one more time. If you want to get your video submitted, producer Mike is going to give you the details on how to get that done. That was a great opening, so thank you, Drew, for sending that in. Please give our love to your father. Love the story. Love that it's something you guys do together. Thanks for listening to Serve. Producer Mike's going to give you the details to submit your videos for the Swing Vision. Can I call it the Judgment Zone?
It's called Get Served by Andy Roddick.
Get Served. Swing Vision style. Producer Mike.
All right, guys, here's a reminder. Scan the QR code here on screen if you're watching, or go to swing.vision/served. The link is also in the bio. Sign up for Swing Vision. Submit your best serve or rally to X or Instagram using the hashtag GetServedByRoddick and tag @SwingVisionApp. We look forward to seeing what you got, all you chuckers out there, as Andy likes to call you. See you next week.